This baddie right here destroyed 6.6 Texas's worth of landmass with one attack. And when the Wayne Shia threat force went to the nobles of the Great Collection and said, yo, she cannot do this, or else there's going to be some consequences, do you know what their answer was? YOLO, we're going to do it anyway. When they went to her, as the defensive general of the Great Collection was like, yo, you probably shouldn't do this. She was like, well, they want to do it, so elementalist time, YOLO. So within the mangas, based on my D&D games, what were the consequences of that, and what was the actual destructive potential? So the Wayne Shia Threat Force, or WTF for short, which is a globally funded organization that monitors epic level characters and make sure they don't do, what she did. After the destruction was caused, they did an analysis, and they found out that her one attack destroyed 1.07 billion acres of land. Just to wrap your head around that number, the United States has 2.4 billion acres in its landmass. So with one attack, Thanos snapped half the United States basically. Okay, well, that's a lot of land. But how many people died in that one attack? 183 million people. Okay, once again, big number. What is that comparative? That is 54% of the entire United States population. Russia, gone. Mexico, gone. And just for reference, that is going to show you how big the Defiance War was, which is basically the gods versus the mortals of the Great Collection. That is the scale of personnel that is involved. And that attack did not win them the war. The war went on for many more years. But what were the penalties associated with that one attack to break the stalemate on the Western Front? The WTF charged them $3.125 trillion in just damages. And they hit them with a fine for basically going through with this of $500 billion. And because of leadership choosing to pay off the fine over time rather than just dropping the money at once because they wanted to make sure they had enough money for the war effort with a 1.25 interest rate, they ended up paying $10.8 trillion, which is a little bit more than a third of the US's total GDP. And you know what the crazy thing about this lore is? The Great Collection technically still won the war. Granted, they had to sign a treaty, but they still got what they wanted. Do you think they should have been charged more for the land and lives lost? Well, let me know in the comments, and go check out my mangas based on my D&D game.